really where you have to pull out all the stops, and sometimes it's like, you have a little more breathing room in some formats where it's like, all right, this might be a best of five or something like that. But with the best of three pressure and then immediately being at match point, you have to pull something through. And then even then, if you get to that game three, Kim, like you have to do it again. You know what I mean? Like you have to pull that out again or something different, or maybe AP BREN is the one to do it. Maybe even in this game, AP BREN, despite being 1-0 currently, they do it. And that could possibly happen as well. So I think, there's a lot here for Homeboys to consider while they approach this game. And I think that's why, they need this a little bit of time here to really decide, like, okay, what is our approach for this? Because what they did in the previous game, and talking back about the weakness points for AP BREN, like that jungle comparison, or the jungle pacing that's set up there for Chibi in the early game was actually good, and I think that if they can replicate at least that and kind of stop Kyle Teasy a little bit, do that again, give Chibi that little bit of confidence or edge that he needs, is a good place to start, for Homeboys from there. So it looks like we are going to be getting into the draft here for game number 2. So Homeboys will be on that blue. They'll get that first pick priority. AP BREN now on the red. And we'll see how this bans go again. Because, again, the previous game, even ban-wise,
it was AP BREN.
It was a little different pattern, though, right? So Homeboys will take out that Novaria the first ban, though.
Novaria, I'm thinking something along the lines of
Oke guys, kali ini masukin draft pick
taking away the R-lot here,
untuk
knowing that
game
AP
kedua
BREN
ya,
loves that very much,
Homeboys
especially for
versus
Owen, who has
AP
picked
BREN.
it up the most number of times here in this tournament. Homeboys, I like the fact that they banned away the Novaria this time. Even though they can actually pick it up for themselves, they are on the blue side here. But then again, that's going to open up so many things here that they need to consider too, like CC heavy, chain CC. These are what the teams are actually going for in this current meta. So Homeboys taking away a lot of the heroes here from few, like Novaria. Then you got the Faramis here too being taken away. AP BREN. I'm looking at the Joy ban. Usually comes out from the red side here, knowing that Homeboys has that first pick.
If they don't take it out, if the Joy is not banned out here, I actually think that it might be a good pickup for Homeboys. Take that Joy. That's been constantly banned out. I forgot how many times it is. I think it's like 40 times up to this point, but it is a very strong choice, but it's also kind of risky. Like there's some risk factor there, and I think that's again what Homeboys needs to do here. So we'll see. A couple more bans left. The Faramis was taken out, Matilda's taken out. We'll see if they still want to opt for what we've seen for the most part too. The fact too that Nana is still left open. You could still work around that. There's the Phobius. So this is just like, it's like pure respect at this point from Homeboys, right? They don't want to deal with those kind of annoyances, those
Mari kita rame-ramekan guys, semangat-semangatkan guys, informasikan guys, tetangga, sanak saudara, keluarga
that
kami,
came from this
pacar,
lineup
pada mantan pacar.
It was like range and then pressure combined, because
Streaming,
of Phobius and
segera
Novaria.
streaming guys, segera
So
streaming,
with that,
pertandingan-pertandingan
we'll see if this last
seru malam
ban
ini
can
guys.
be first phase
Ada banyak
from
pertandingan-pertandingan
but
seru.
if it's not Joy, like I would actually like to see Homeboys take the Joy.
Yeah, I feel like Homeboys kind of banning away that the Phobius here is a respect ban coming through for Flap TZ, and at the same time it's kind of forcing AP BREN to ban away some of these other stellar picks, especially these glass cannon types of heroes that Chibi's also known for picking up. They ban away the Nolan, and you did mention that you want to see the Homeboys pick it up. They can actually pick it up here first, but for AP BREN they can actually answer it out by picking up say an R-lot. They love to pick up R-lot and a Ruby here. Wow, that's a lot to take in here for AP BREN. So Homeboys kind of has to decide right now. Do we go for Joy or do we kind of take away R-lot or not? But since it has always been banned away, it's great early game, which Homeboys is known for. This could definitely create some pressure up against AP BREN.
This is the reason why I was saying this. As soon as we started to see the pattern of this first bans, the phase of bans, was because this is what I was saying. If you want to pick up anything for Homeboys, it's to replicate what you did in the previous game. And you actually, like if you're Homeboys, you controlled that jungle side and everything early on. So Joy's able to do that here, possibly for this. But AP BREN picking up CC and Angela. Interesting pickups to go ahead and start up their first phase. Angela has been very...
Kemarin kan Angela sama Cici dipakai juga sama.
Not that it's like a very specific condition type hero right now, currently in the meta, but it fits in a lot of compositions. And the fact that you have CC here, who has been a monster so far throughout the games in the future, this is tough, right? They can have to be able to answer some of that sustainability, the shielding, of course, and everything else. Homeboys will pick up the Ruby for themselves alongside Valentina. So they're like, you know what, we'll at least take the Valentina so that depending on whatever else AP BREN takes up, we have the opportunity to go ahead and take some of those ultimates,
Yeah, even down to the skin, right? I know the Valentina can do that, so if you don't have those skins, like, just pick up a Valentina and take care of everything.
Then you get to enjoy it, right?
Like,
yep. Hampir mirip dengan Terima kalau nggak salah kan?
Ini ada coba. Situation that, okay, yeah, we can pick up all these good heroes in the jungle, Barretts even at this point, but they need to answer out to the early game here at the Joy. They pick up something that they're known for too is, actually they could have gone with the red Rin, but instead they went for Baksha, counter out to the possible tanky setup here from the side of Homeboys. I'm thinking something along the lines of like a Minotaur here for Zorn. That's going to be a lot of problem here for the side of AP BREN. Knowing that they have the Angela here that only can invest the Heart Guard onto one hero. So for AP BREN, it seems like they want to go for these head-to-head clashes with Homeboys with this Angel pick. I don't really see this very often in the current meta, especially when you pick it up in the first phase.
The only thing that scares me here about AP BREN with this first like phase, actually specifically the two heroes for Homeboys, is the fact that you have a Baksha and an Angela. And the reason why I say that is because rotations are going to be very quick. Anytime there's a Baksha, it goes around the map everywhere. You pair it up with the fact that you have like this global ult, the hard part to be able to just pop up as well. Like very quickly, in a snap of a finger, AP BREN can be where they want to be. You know, with that kind of speed.
Yeah.
And so I feel like in a way for Homeboys, it's like, how do we control that? How do we deal with that? And that's why I think, once again, the pacing that is going to be set in the beginning is crucial for them. And this time it's like, you know, you got to be able to deal with that Homeboy's speed, you know, because if you're going to be putting the speed out there, like control it, right? Control it for the most part, because AP BREN will look for those moments where they try to punish you. Now, as we get through the second phase of these bans here, you can already see some of the gold lane focus, obviously coming out from Homeboys. They take out 1-1. We'll see if they still focus on another marksman option, because the carry was taken out by AP BREN, which I think is a great choice, because you don't want to be shredded through, especially if you're this Baksha, right? Especially if you're trying to build around these shields and this sustainability. So they also deal with another big true damage dealer in the department here. Export is going to be taken out. They don't want to be slowed down either as well, and dealt with that kind of layering with the armor. So good smart bans here from AP BREN. We'll see if Homeboy still focuses on that gold lane. More option. Because still for both, you know, for both teams, like we don't exactly know what they want to throw there for now.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is this an Ogun hero or is this a few hero? Because for Homeboys, they should actually limit out like Super Marco at this point, right? They're taking away like the golden here. Claude is still up, the Brody that actually did so well, and I want to point out the Brody too, because that's one of the marksman heroes that can really protect itself, like in the lane. And just like I said that, there you have it, the Brody for AP BREN. Not only is a signature pick, but I think it can really go well up against like, you know, heroes that can pressure you in the early game, like the Joys. So I like this coming out from AP BREN. No surprise there, but for Homeboys, they kind of have to answer it out with their last two picks, especially will they go for like team fight eccentric type of compositions, or will they go for, you know, a hero that can also pretty much rotate fast as AP BREN can here?
It's interesting too, you know, they went with the Vexana, which is you know, it's fine, like it works because Eternal Guard, I mean, that would add another layer of kind of annoyance for Homeboys to deal with. So they give it the Brody for now. They know that they kind of went through some of these gold lane bans. We'll see what the matchup's going to be. Like, is it going to be the Claude, like just that gets picked up by Homeboys? Do they want to go that, give it to Nets, let them try to push? No, they don't. They pick up the Clint and the Tigreal.
And the Tig.
Interesting. So they go with this, and wow, a Hilda.
Oh, wow.
That's scary. That is scary because that's the pressure. That's the counter pressure I was talking about in the jungle that is going to happen. So this will make that joy not so enjoyable, right? Like, you know, no pun intended, because Hilda's gonna be everywhere in your jungle, trying to slow you down, trying to keep you at bay. But you know, with this, I don't know, Kim. Like, I actually really like Homeboy's draft here. I'm just trying to picture it, like, and anytime a Tigreal pops up, like, let's be honest, if you've been watching Games of the Future, everybody's gonna think of that one play from Tigreal that was a 5-man setup, you know, KDA machine, and he did it. So like, the pressure is there. It's like, can you do something? It doesn't have to be 5-man. It can be a great three-man setup, you know. But as long as you can pull it off the Tigreal, you can make that work. We'll see if they can. We're hearing the sounds of the Land of Dawn here. Again, it's a match point here between AP BREN and Homeboys. AP BREN getting that game number 1. We'll see if Homeboys draft here can pull them through to a game 3 ahead of us. But already, wow, Nets getting poked down quite a bit here.
Yeah, this is I think one of the first few times that we're going to be seeing a lot of these new picks coming through here. Super Barco also pretty low here, but this is what we expected in the jungle, right? Like a lot of a lot of pressure from Owen, a lot of pressure too from Sword. But at this point, right, he has to keep the Nets in check here. He really needs that assistance in the golden, especially if you're going up against a Brody. But the AP BREN here, they find Chibi, who's taking a lot of the damage here. Wow! And that's gonna be first blood being pulled in here by AP BREN.
Remember when I was saying, you know, she's great, but it's a risk as well. Even if she's banned constantly, like, you still have to be able to have a relatively safe start to get where you need to be, and then... You know, your damage is going to show up, but look at Ogwin. He's going to be doing exactly what you expect a Hilda to do, and that's live in the enemy jungle, right? As much as possible, gain that distraction, and just be there. Yeah, you can always regen in the bushes as well, and that's what he's going to be going for. They'll fight out for that crowd, and with that, so again, the first blood being drawn over here by AP BREN, and the fact that it went in the hands of Kyle Teasy gives him that small, you know, minor edge, right, in terms of the jungle matchup. Because the great thing about it, Kyle Teasy can be like, you know what, Ogwin, go do your thing. Go invade the jungle, make Chibi's life hell for now, and I will roll around, literally. I'll get these objectives, I'll farm up, and I have a heart guard available from you. So that's what's happening here.
Oh man, that's not gonna be easy. And I actually thought that Olga's gonna have like a sprint there just to get out of the situation. But you know what? While all of that is happening, right? Like Chibi just turned level 4, while Kyle Teasy has been taking away all the resources here on the side of Homeboys, and Owen hasn't even left the jungle camps here on the side of Homeboys. I think this is gonna keep up even until the end of the game, just not letting this joy of Chibi farm anything at this point.
Yeah. So much support has to come from Homeboys here for Chibi, and that's the downside of picking a Joy that is kind of reliant right now, and that's what you see AP BREN do it. So if they can pressure,
yeah, hard guard onto Flap Teasy. He's gonna be safe for now. He's got the shields too. It's gonna be a magic damage. Angela coming through. Owen right now forced to use the flicker out to safety, and still no pickoffs here for the side of Homeboys. But you see the swing of resources from the side of Homeboys. They immediately all went to respond. Actually, all of them, I think. Not Chibi is gonna have a hard time here. Like everybody has to kind of answer out to Owen here at this point. Has just been camping out in the bushes, going for the pokes, and all the ultimates are gonna be invested into him. He's gonna be taking a lot of the damage, and that's gonna be the first kill picked off here from the side of Homeboy. Electrifying beats as well, but they're not gonna get more here.
That was a great call from Homeboys, especially from Zorn, knowing that, hey, Ogwin already used his flicker earlier, right? Like, if we can catch him, especially having the ultimate available and everything else, like, the implosion is going to keep him there, you know, and then you push him back and work around it. So now, but still, Kyle Deasy,
wow.
He's going to go for the pressure.
Oh man, the Sword have the ultimate here. Kaltizi's going to be soaking up the damage, but you know what? This is why AP BREN's so confident. You got the hard guard, you can just create chaos here in the jungle, pandemonium in the jungle. You got the hard guard available. Owen's going to be able to escape that one, and AP BREN still exerts so much pressure, making sure that Chibi does not get anything at this point. Like, even to the point, like, it's not just Owen, it's even Kaltizi going all the way in, knowing that the hard guard is going to be available for them to be protected.
We'll see. Hard guard is secured here for Udil, but I'm not sure if they actually want to go for this.
Wow.
Oh, Zorn.
Yeah, he's taking a lot of the damage from Flapteezy. They got a hard guard for themselves too. But look at this.
Wow, Chibi got it.
Gonna take in that turtle. Steal from their side, and it's gonna go to the side of Homeboys this time. Nice bounce back though here for the side of Homeboys. They definitely need it because AP BREN has been such a menace here in the jungle. Chibi hasn't been able to farm well. I mean, you can't farm well. Look at how Owen has been trying to make sure that Chibi doesn't get anything at this point. And so far, 5 minutes in, it's still AP BREN leading this time. Quite a different team. This time, it's usually Homeboys actually taking the lead.
Yeah, this is big though. The 5-minute mark now. Big item pickups. Necklace. Durant secure. There's an implosion again.
Onto
Owen's out.
Owen.
Okay, so as I was saying, big item pickups here for Homeboys. Necklace of Durant's Blade as well. Kyle TZ. Okay, he's still going to put pressure here. Super Marco there now to help him out.
Yeah, he's also going to be poking in the side of Homeboys here. We haven't seen so much of the gold lane matchup just yet. We've seen Nets actually being safe and sound. All of the action is actually in the jungle side here of Homeboys. 16k for the side of AP BREN. I'm looking at Kyle TZ here and Chibi. So far he has caught up to Kyle TZ. Even Owen's taking a lot of, or actually is dishing out a lot of damage here up against the Homeboys.
Yeah, that's tough. Again, okay, that's not going to connect either from Sapat. So there's so much back and forth here going, but the biggest thing is AP BREN still playing around on the macro level, guarding themselves still the lead, and they want this turret, but Kyle TZ.
Owen flickering out too. Yeah.
Okay, so every time you think they're going to break out, this lineup that AP BREN has is very good at getting these resources out from Homeboys and kind of just playing around that, right? Like, they're tanky enough, they're able to have enough mobility to get out of here. That's one great thing about Hilda. But Homeboys,
Yeah, Flapteezy again though. He does have the hard guard here, gonna be able to sustain him. Oh, there's the flicker in from Udil, but it's not able to get anything. Flapteezy still survives there.
What?
With 1 HP of health. And the turn's gonna be taken in here by AP BREN. Wow.
I'm surprised he even survived that. So it looks like they're going to go rotate down bottom to put the pressure now on Homeboys.
Yeah, wow. Zorn gonna be the focus here on the side of AP BREN. They got a hard guard here to save him in time too. But Kyle TZ and the rest of the gang, they know what to do. They want to get in this tower, and you see how they're cutting the minions here over to the side so that Super Marco can actually push. Zorn is really low, and Owen gonna go all the way in and take him down, and that's gonna be one less problem for the side of AP BREN.
Oh my
It's not
goodness, it's
stopping,
not
though.
going to end here.
Yep, Net's gonna take it. Just gonna get chunked down here by Kaltizi. He's only gonna be chunking him down real low, forcing him to back away. And wow, just like that, 7 minutes in, we're actually heading into the first lord of the game.
Yeah, this is very different from the previous game, Tim. I mean, there's so much action between every single lane at this point, plus the jungle. So a minute before that Lord comes up, and this is always, like I said, this is the time AP BREN might look for some play, and it looks like they're getting in position for that.
Kaltizi too,